Welcome to lesson 8 of the Tantric Taste. Today we're going to be learning about activating the heart chakra with a sensual tantric massage. So, Pink Tantra is lived through the body. Starts at white, spiritual foundation, but is actually experienced through the physical body. So, it's very important to learn how to work with our body to help trigger and activate certain energetic points in it. Since this path involves sexual energy, we have to make sure that the sexual energy gets filtered through the heart. Once things get filtered through the heart, that's where we're going to be doing all of like the healing process of perceiving our shadows. And the moment that we perceive them and observe them without judgment, they are released because they have been met by the light of our awareness. So this process of the emotional feeling of it happens through the heart. And given the nature of life, it's very easy to close off our hearts and not even realize that we're not living life with an open heart. So we help ourselves internally by doing all the visualizations and all the tantric practices, but we can also help ourselves externally by stimulating. Now, in a woman's body, we have the heart and then our breasts are right there in that same center. So the breast and the heart are deeply connected. And this specific tantric massage method is going to be involving your breast. This is a practice that you can do before you're about to have a very difficult conversation with somebody. You can do this when you feel like you need some nourishment in your life, if you're feeling sexually overwhelmed. If the sexual practices of churning sexual energy begin creating some negative emotions, this is going to be a very good counteractive practice to do along. So if you're still doing your practice at night of churning your sexual energy and like edging and pulling the energy, maybe you can also incorporate the breast massage, the tantric breast massage, to spread out the energy as well. If you find that it's very difficult for you to pull up your sexual energy during that, the imaginary straw process of the yoni to the crown, this will be a very good alternative to start doing beforehand. And then you can try to do it again, try to like pull the energy up. So I'm not going to do a demo because this is YouTube, but I'm going to explain. So what you want to do is you're going to start with the outer corners of your breast, and you're going to move in circular motions and then like towards the center. So start out and then center, and then out and center. And you're going to do this movement as many times as you need. They'll tell you need to do it, 14 times, 18 times, whatever amount of times. But I think the best way of doing this is to do it until you start feeling heat, energetic heat. So it starts out in, and then once you feel like you have momentum there, then you're gonna go from the inside outward. And this is all in circular motions. Like you're doing this to your breast. Once the outsides are very stimulated, then you're going to bring from the outside in, and you're going to make sure that you're touching your nipples. So it's like that. And again, do it as many times as it feels necessary to begin feeling. It's going to start as a physical sensation, obviously, but eventually this kind of becomes like a fussy, like that. I don't know if you're just listening to this, you need to watch the video but it does feel like this, like tingling. That tingling is the trigger for the heart activation. So that's it. That's the practice. It's very simple. You can use this as a daily practice, and you can do it in the shower, and it's just going to put a lot of attention right here in your heart. This is important. It's important to activate this center because we don't want to stay only down in the root and sacral chakras. We want to make sure that there's a lot of awareness and attention being placed right here into our heart. Whenever we're doing mantras, yes, we're activating the body, but we're working with the higher centers. We're working with the third eye and the crown chakra. The sexual practice that we learned in lesson 6 That one is going to be working with that root sacral chakra, specifically the sacral chakra center. And this is going to be the practice that helps you bridge the two, because it's right here in the center, and it helps with the activation of the heart through physical stimulation. So very easy, very simple practice to do, that you can do at nighttime. You can do it in the shower. You can do it whenever you want. In terms of like the specifics of it, my recommendation is to always start as gentle as possible, because we are so used to, in the culture of right now, I need this right now, it's very easy to like go too hard too fast. And yes, it doesn't matter, like you're still gonna see the benefits of the practice. But if you can get attuned to very light touch, to the sensorial experience of this, then you're going to be able to expand your capacity to feel, because you start feeling the nuance, the soft. And then as you keep going with the practice, you can increase the pressure, you can increase the speed in which you're doing it. And notice if your sexual centers get activated in that practice, and how fast do they get activated. Remember, like this entire, 9 days, it's all about exploring, it's getting a taste of something. But in reality, you're really getting to know yourself under the context and the light of this energy. So this practice is a very good complement to all of the downward work and upper work that we're doing. And that's all, short and simple today. I'll see you guys tomorrow.